Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with some information about Flatstats. Well, I'm going to talk you through what you could easily do yourself when there's an extreme going change. So I'm not quite sure what's happened at Ayr just yet. It still says good ground, but they had quite a lot of rain yesterday. So I'll keep an eye on that. But it's very easy to do, and without going into too much detail, I'll talk you through what you could do if you know full well that there's going to be a going change. I'm not sure if you can do this with the free version, but let me just go into it. So if you just watch, so all I'm going to do, I'm going to click on the horses as I go down. I'm going to reveal their sire. Then I'm going to enter their sire into Flatstats and find out a little bit of information about it. I'm purely looking for the sire and what ground it prefers, and it could give a good indication of what today's selection, what today's runner may want. So let's say Ayr was firm and they've had a deluge of rain, and let's say the ground's now heavy. So let's go into it. So I'm going to click the favourite, Jahangir. This will be pretty slow. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to do the first four in the betting. So you can see the sire is Kodiak. So I'm going to get rid of that. So I'm going to scroll up and I'm type in Kodiak. Press enter. Right, that's loaded up, and if I scroll slightly down, it shows you all the runners for today sired by Kodiak. If you go down, don't worry about reading this bit. Right, this bit here, you can see the sire, he seems to have a slight preference for good ground, but we can go into a bit more detail further down. So, as I said, we're gonna class the ground as heavy, or soft or heavy, whichever. So generate report, every box was ticked. That's done automatic. So I'm going to talk you through the report that's generated. So you can see enough. I know you can't see all the screen, but I'm going to scroll down, so ignore this bit. As you can see, loads of information. There's also information about headgear, but we don't want that. And I've gone by it. I was finding this really easy. And the minute I've come to do a video, it's like I've gone by it. And right, here we go. So we've got the going. So these are the percentages, the win percentages, and we're just going to take a very basic look at it. So as you can see, just here, we've got the win percent on firm ground, and it goes right to the heavy ground. So you would say there's probably, from good to soft upwards, there's a slight preference for quicker ground, and then you get to firm. There's a smaller snapshot of runs. Obviously, you can see there's 2,500, well over 2,500 there. It probably means that it's okay anywhere from good to soft, and then there's a bit of an extreme figure on the firm. So good to soft to firm, good to soft to good to firm is its regular running ground, and then it shows a liking for, it shows it can handle heavy ground. So only a basic analysis. So let's go on to a horse now. There's a horse that's sired by Havana Gold, which I've already looked at. So press enter. So let's scroll down. So quite a few runners today. So he does well on good ground. It's further down, so let's generate a report. So let's scroll down, but maybe not as quick as last time. It shows you all the courses that the sire has sire's offspring have ran on. It shows you northern courses. Right, come on. Go in. So here you can see this is Havana Gold. So you can't really take the firm ground too seriously. It's only the sire's runners have only had 22 runs on there. But as you can see, it does look like there's a clear preference for anything quicker, really, than good to soft. Good to soft's the figure's okay, but it jumps up massively when you get to good. So it doesn't really want cut. And as you can see, its strike rate is terrible when it comes to slow ground. So what you would expect that if the ground went from firm to then heavy after a downpour, you would probably expect this horse to drift or certainly underperform. But if you were to use these figures, let's be realistic. A horse can massively underperform but still win a race, and that applies to the draw as well. So, well, I should be very apparent with some of the draws that I've followed, but they've not quite worked out. So I'm going to show you one more horse. Let me show you the horse that I've selected. So one of the selections for today is Beyond Borders. So let's click on that one. So as I said, I went for horses that I thought were, well, for many reasons, but I thought the going would change. Not quite sure if it has done yet. I'm convinced it has done. So the sire is, as you can see, Harry Angel. So let's type the sire in there. Quite a few runners today, so let's see what this sire prefers. So in the description, he does well when the going is on the softish side. So let's just look into a bit more detail. So let's generate a report. Let me know what you think to this. I'm not sure how much you can do with a free version, and it's a tenner for 7 days. So if you're interested, if there's some bad weather coming or a lot of hot weather, where the ground could be firm all the time, or could be interesting to use at a bath like at a course like Bath, where the going can be hard. So you wouldn't want horses that want soft ground, and this would be a great tool. So I might use this next time. So let's scroll down to so here we have it. So the sire was Harry Angel. So clearly, don't go wrong, we haven't got a huge amount of data because I don't know if it's its first season or second season as a sire. But clearly, from me looking at it now, 9.4, 9.7% on good. Then there's a huge increase when the going gets a bit slower, 16.7% strike rate. Then you've got a 4.5, which is, I don't know, these figures are relatively new to me. And then you've got a preference for heavy ground. Well, Harry Angels, even in the description above, it does state that, well, I know the description is pulled from the figures and it's auto-populated. The descriptions aren't handwritten, so when you see the comments, they are pulled from the figures, and basically it's created automatically. So you would expect Harry Angel, if there's a deluge and it's heavy ground or soft ground, you would expect the horse you would expect the offspring to run better. So that's why I've gone for it partly, but obviously, as you know, I've gone for it because it's Carl Burke. His 2-year-olds are currently running well. I do think it's drawn well. And I'm just going to show you something that I clicked on very slightly. For this particular race, you can't really take it to, because I'm still trying to work out what it's on about. I have actually emailed the Flatstats, but I haven't had a reply yet. So this is the ratings. So as you can see, not many of the horses have ran, so the ratings are a bit up in the air. But there's a form. You've got the win, so it's the latest Betfair backing win price. Position in the market, and then you've got Betfair place prices. Then you've got the sire, right? I emailed them asking what the raw value means, and I personally think it's the quality of the sire, not ground. I don't think it's ground adjusted. I just think it's like, let's say, Galileo. I'm pretty sure that sire would be heading towards the top. I don't know. They didn't reply. So that's all I can go by. So you can actually organize these in sire order or trainer order. So let's click on the... So as you can see, anyway, Jahangir is top rated. This is ours, obviously, Beyond Border. It's never ran before, but it's still second top rated. So we're not quite sure exactly where it pulls all this from, but so it's given a rating of 64. I'm going to show you in the comments below exactly, because they give you a description. So let me just organise it in jockey. So this is in jockey order. So a girl named Ivy. A girl named Ivy is ridden by Paul Mulrennan. So the next jockey is Beyond Border, which is Sam James. Night Eyes is Hector Crouch. Swift Sailing and Desert Raider. Ryan Sexton and Joe Fanning. So I don't know if it's down to percentage strike rate at this course or what, but this is just how Flatstats do it. So let's go back to the rating order. And let's go to the comment section. So I believe this is all pulled in. This is not written manually. I think this was all pulled in via the ratings telling. I think you know what I mean, but without me even saying it, I think it's created automatically based on the information above. So it's auto-generated. So top rated in this race is Jehangir. Well, it's no surprise because it's one of the very few to run and ran well. The horse is well clear of the second rated horse and could be a great bet. In total, don't go wrong, I have seen these horses massively clear and get beat. So don't read too much into that. But use the information how you want to. In total, 2 of the runners have blue or green ratings. This indicates that the value is likely from those at the top of the ratings. The average rating of the field is 58.3. This is a low average and indicates that this actually could be a value race to bet in. Let me just make it clear that the reason why there's 2 clear, because there aren't many that have had runs, so you can't really base it on much apart from the jockey at the course, the trainer at the course, the overall sire. Anything can happen because you could get something at the bottom of the ratings, let's say Elemental Eye, but it could hack up. You know what I mean? So the favourite Jehangir is good value and looks good for backing. Note that this favourite has only ever had 1 run on this racing surface. The rating may be inaccurate due to a low sample size, as I said earlier. For the earnings per start figure, best to double check the sire stats. So as you can see, it's the information can be taken as a bit of a pinch of salt, but you could probably use like I showed you, the sire influence if the ground changes. But I just wanted to show you. So this information just here, you know, I mentioned about he does well on the side does well when the going is on the softer side. You can use this in the free version. So all you do, so if you want to get up Google, so all you need to do is best sire on the fast ground. So you can do it that way, and then you can see all the sires that are best, and then you can swap the figures around because you can see this on the free version. So let me just scroll back up so you can see just about at the top systems stats. So let me scroll down from stats and go to, in fact, 1 second, let me log out. Right, I've logged out now. Right, so go to stats, scroll down to sire, and as you can see, so let's type in Havana Gold again. I don't know if you can hear my computer breathing in the background. So scroll down, you can see all the runners for today, and this is the logged out version. You can see a lot of figures there, information, and as you can see, it still gives you the commentary. Let's see if it generates any. So there you can see, it still shows you, on the free version, it still shows you the percentage figures. So I hope this video's helped. It may change. You know when you see some weather front coming on, look at me to get all technical. If you see a weather front coming on, you may well want to think like, right, let me go into a bit more detail. Let me see if these horses, because you always hear it in the commentary or the race analysis by the on-course commentator, and they'll say, oh, this, especially Stuart Machin, they'll say, oh, yeah, it's bred for soft ground, or Richard Oils. Well, a lot of the time you don't find out until after, or you don't find out until just before they're about to go in. So if you know there's going to be a downpour, and you live local to a track or anything, or just follow the weather, you can use this information. And I'm going to show you one more bit. If you're still here, I appreciate it. Give me a like. I'm going to type in radar rainfall. And this is what I use to track the weather. So as you can see, I use the top one, the Met Office. So I'm just going to have to minimize my screen now. So it's going to be a bit awkward now, but let's type in air race course. Yep, and it actually pinpoints or map marks. Look, there's air race course, and I don't think you. Oh, it's going to be really awkward. This is because I'm going to stretch it out because you don't need. There's a button right over the bit there I need to move. Right, there we go. So as you can see, currently it's clear air, and this is what I was going by. So I'm going to keep knocking the time back by 20 minutes. So all you got to do is just keep an eye on the map marker. And you can see a little bit of rain. That's not heavy rain. That's just like light rain at best. So I'm going back in time, by the way. This is 4:20 this morning, Saturday morning. Most of the rain came Friday evening. So there you can see bits of light rain. So this is end around about 10 o'clock. So as you can see, we're going back in time still. So this has already happened. So there's plenty of cloud, plenty of light drizzle, maybe even a bit of heavy rain. The real heavy rain is a dark red. You've got dark red, light. This is going from extreme to virtually no rain. So you've got dark red, which is heavy rain, light red, which is like, yeah, quite a lot of rain. Then you've got orange, which is a fair amount of rain. Then yellow is like rain. Then you've got green, which is like maybe the odd bit of drizzle, and then you've got the blue, which is like, yeah, a shower, a little bit of a shower. So as you can see, orange, and you've got some green knocking around. So I'm talking 10 past 6 now. It's a 20 past 5. So yeah, so it started roughly from 4:45, and then it went on till about 10 o'clock, on and off. The rain did. I'm convinced that there will be a ground change. I'm convinced. So we're nearly 20 minutes in now. Give me a like or subscribe. That'd be great. So it just gives you another angle what you could do. And the website is called flatstats.co.uk. And that's it really. So I hope that helps you out. The very best of luck. Charlie Winters, over and out. Cheers, mate.